Hello and welcome. You're watching special post-budget coverage on ICICI. I have with me a very special guest, Mr. Manish Kumar, Chief Investment Officer, ICICI Prudential Life Insurance. Very good morning, Mr. Kumar.
Good morning. Thank you.
Let's talk about the insurance sector. FDI in insurance has been hiked to 74%. How do you see this? I mean, it's surely going to take some time for the money to really trickle down into our country. What are your expectations of this kind of a change in FDI policy for insurance?
So it is a step in the right direction. We welcome the step and we thank the government for putting the limit in insurance on par with that of the banks. We believe that, as you rightly mentioned, that while in the short term it may not have any immediate ramifications, in the medium term it will attract more investments in the sector. It will also lead to better price discovery for the stocks which are there in the listed space.
Talking about disinvestment plan, the government has investment target of 1.75 lakh crore, a little toned down from the fiscal of 2021. And two PSUs being privatized, one general insurance company being privatized. How do you see this?
So in the past, as we would all know, whatever targets they have been putting, unfortunately they have been missing those divestment targets. This time, looking at the kind that is coming from Delhi, they seem to be resolved to, there seems to be a greater terms of providing credibility to their thought process that indeed they are serious about privatization.
So no change in corporate tax structure, no change in if you see in the budget. On the revenue front, do you think, how big is the challenge for the government to really meet the revenue target?
Well, indeed, for the current financial year, it is quite a challenge. But then that is true for countries across the world. And all governments are living with that. As I said in the beginning itself, that now it is a different government. It's a government which is open to continuing with more liberal fiscal limits. And in a way, they are saying that now we want to choose growth over fiscal prudence, at least in the short term. Now, what that will do is that hopefully the revival will be stronger, as we are already witnessing. And when the revival is stronger, then there is a multiplier effect because of that revival, which in turn leads to better tax buoyancy in the economy. So in a way, the bet that the government is taking is that, look, let me not tinker with the rates. Let's go for tax stability so that people who are in businesses, they can actually take the investment calls as they deem appropriate. And because of the revival in the economy and because of the buoyancy in demand, there will be a spillover effect in terms of better tax collections. So I think it's a gamble which is worth taking at this step, at this stage. And I'm actually quite happy as an investor that the government is thinking so proactively.
So last question, huge borrowing in the offering and yields have started spiking up. How do you see things moving forward?
So at the margin, I would say tad negative for the bond markets, and it has also reflected in the way the markets reacted yesterday. But we also need to understand that we have an RBI regime which is relatively more benign in terms of thought process. They are more tolerant towards slightly higher rates of inflation. So we believe that while the yields may go up a bit over medium term, it will happen gradually. RBI will make sure that it happens in a very calibrated fashion. So I think as a country, given that the interest rates are quite low today, and the real rates of interest rates are also, I would say, close to zero or negative. So in that context, a small increase in yields is not really going to hurt the economy. But if you can use this to actually revive the economy, then that will be a very good thing to have.
It was a pleasure speaking to you, Mr. Kumar. Thank you very much for being with us.